Hello and welcome back to the channel, and I am what you would call a failure. Oh, Rikki, why are you putting yourself down like that? No, it's true, because remember when I made a video a couple months ago saying that I had a shopping problem and I was going to focus on not buying anything for like the rest of that year? I was basically gonna follow Samantha Robinall's no buy for the next like 2 or 3 months. Oh, that was a big fat no. Mental health happened, and that's a horrible excuse, but that is what happened. And thankfully, I realized that, and that is why I am going to change things around for this year, and I'm starting over on a no/low buy. And you might be going, oh, yeah, okay. Sure, Rikki, you're really gonna do it this time because it's not like you failed last time or anything. But here's the thing, here's how my brain works. When a new year starts over, that's when my brain suddenly like reprograms itself somehow. I know a lot of people are like, I'm gonna hold off until the new year, and once the new year rolls around, my brain is gonna rewire itself and we're gonna get this done, and then they fail. That is not me, but also is me. For example, remember when I said I was gonna go to the gym? Oh god, yeah, that didn't happen too much. No, but really, I am very determined to try to get the ball rolling on this, because the past few months is where I've really struggled financially, and I don't want to deal with that again. So I'm actually starting to take this seriously and grow up a little bit. So this year I am starting over with a no buy/low buy, but for the first, well, I originally had just January be a no buy, but I'm thinking I'm going to try to push it for 2 months and then see how far I can take it. But after the 1 to 2 months, it will transition to a low buy, but also still trying to think of it as a no buy. What's different this time is I actually have things written out in my passion planner so that I can really sit down and look at it and look at my goals and things, and not just be like, oh, well, I'm just not gonna do it. I even have a little tab on here that says no low buy. I have some rules written out here, and then as you see, I have some numbers, or you might not be able to see, but I have some numbers right here, and then a couple of doodads written here. I even have a little no spend sticker right here, because I had bought a bunch of stickers that were like the financial stickers from Michael's and from a shop that I really like, and so I figured this is the perfect time. So let's go over the rules that I have. The first one is being in January, but now that I think about it, I'm also going to push it to February, is no shopping unless it's 100% for health, business, or it's like a replacement. I will also take gifts, or I will buy people gifts if it's their birthday or whatever. So for health, birth control, you know, I need that. That's a necessity. My nails, whether it be just a gel manicure or something else, you might be going, that's not really a necessity, but I have this thing where I constantly bite at my nails, the skin around my nails, and it can get to the point where it really hurts, it really starts to bleed, and it just looks atrocious. And the only thing that really takes care of it is nice looking nails. For some people, doing their own nails might be a good solution to that. For me, it doesn't work that way. My brain, when I see it, I just need the whole like professional service being done. And that's usually a once a month thing, and these are actually pushing that month. I know of one other YouTuber that's doing a no buy for 2 years in a row, I think, and she has an actual like disease or disorder where her nails will break and bleed and everything, so she has to get her nails done. And so I can relate to that on a lesser level, because mine is just a biting and tearing and cutting down too far problem. And also my nails are very weak and they break, and it's just, for me, this is that. Also, like haircuts, I don't get them that often, but I know that when I don't get a haircut for so long, my hair starts to like fall out and things like that, so that's obviously on the list. Massages, I need to find a new massage therapist because mine's going back to school and isn't doing any more appointments for now, so I gotta go find a new one. Business, I buy my business stuff, so like new equipment, I'm saving up for that. Games for Twitch, you gotta keep your audience entertained. And just any other like equipment or office stuff that I need. But I'm not gonna go overboard. We're not gonna buy a whole bunch of new notebooks or things like that. Don't do it. As far as replacements go, so like makeup, I'm not buying any new like lipsticks or eyeshadow palettes, things like that, but if I run out of foundation, obviously I gotta get a replacement for that. If skincare runs out, my facial cleansers, I can go replace that. Lipsticks, I will not be replacing. I have enough pink lipsticks. I think I have like 2. I have way too many nude lipsticks that don't need replacing, so when one runs out, I really don't need to go get another one. The only one I can see myself needing to replace, although I really won't run out of it this month, is a red lipstick. I only have one, but even then, I don't really wear red all that often to really justify it. But yeah, makeup, don't need it unless it's like foundation, because that you quickly run out of that depending on how often you wear makeup. But eyeshadows last forever. And again, gifts, you know, not for myself, but for others. Although I don't think anybody I know that's in my immediate circle has a birthday. So, but you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, so I might have a little look-see here and there for my boyfriend, but really what tends to be the gifts is myself and me visiting. That's how long-distance relationships work. You become the present. And then once the no-buy itself is like officially over, even though I want to continue to do that for as long as possible, once March really rolls around, that becomes more of like a low buy sort of thing. And I am only allowing myself 20 items for the entire year, and on average per month that's like at least 2, 3. I'm terrible at math, but yeah, these will fall under things that aren't like 100%. So if I really wanted a new eyeshadow or something, I would really have to think about it before I would get it. But if I buy, like, say ColourPop, let's say ColourPop comes out with an eyeshadow palette that looks absolutely amazing, I would have to mark it in my little list. But it's not just like, oh, that's a pretty eyeshadow palette, let me snatch that up. I need to really think about if I'm going to use it. I have a lot of single eyeshadows that I used in my own like custom palette that are neutrals. Do I really need a neutral palette when I have multiples of neutral eyeshadows? No. So that's just really something that I need to think about. Or if it's like a clothing item, how much use am I really going to get out of that? And one thing I really need to follow is I look at it. So let's say I'm online shopping, right? I look at it, I'll put it in my cart, and then I move away from it for like a few days and see if I'm really thinking about that. And then if I'm still thinking about it and really want it, then I can go get it. It's the same like if I'm going to Target. Actually, I have a good example of this. When I was at Target yesterday, I saw this really cute mug, and it was a turquoise mug, and if you don't know, turquoise is one of my favorite colors, and it had a little kitty on it, and it was just really cute. But I really don't need any new mugs. I have way too many mugs, and not that long ago, I bought a set of mugs that all look the same, and I was just gonna stick with those 4 mugs because that's all you really need. That's all I need, and I don't have guests that come to have coffee, right? So I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is so cute, what a cute little mug. But you know what, I wanted to pick it up, you know, I was about to break that no buy. I wanted to pick it up and put it in my basket and like go buy it, even though it was only $5, right? But yeah, so I put it back and I went away. I checked out my food and whatever that I bought that I needed. You know, I think about it now the next day and, oh, you know, it's still a really cute mug, but I have other mugs that I like that are basic mugs, and yeah. If it's still around in March, maybe I could go get it, but I probably won't really want it that much. If I buy an item, if one item comes in, at least 2 items, you need to go out, because I still want less stuff. I'm surrounded by way too many things. I know some people do 1 item in, 3 items out, or 4 items out. Maybe in the future I could do that, but I think right now 2 is a good number. Also, if I want to get something, I really want to try for secondhand items. So if I want a new shirt, if I need a new sweater, things like that, I want to go to a thrift store and see if I can, find something for secondhand, try to be a little bit more sustainable. Although I do want to say, when I was talking about number one, if things were a necessity, so like jeans, if they run too big or something runs too small and I need a replacement for that, I can get that, but still I would want to try for secondhand items, as far as tops go anyway. For jeans, I really like American Eagle jeans. I know my sizing, so, but yeah, 1 item in, 2 items out, and try to aim for something secondhand. Some people won't allow themselves to accept gifts. I will accept gifts if the time comes, like if it's for my birthday and things like that. But if somebody asks me what I want, I definitely want to try to encourage them to give me things that I actually know that I need. So say, if you were to give me gift cards to Best Buy or Amazon, Sephora, Ulta, so I can get things that I need, equipment, makeup replacements for camera and business attire, etc., etc. You don't need to get me a new toy necessarily or some random knickknacks, really, because I have nowhere to put the knickknacks. Cash to help me out with business travel or leisure travel when I go to see my boyfriend, just things like that. Things that are more for an actual experience rather than just having stuff. And here's one thing that I told myself that has a nice little star right by it, and I actually should have done this when I was about to get that mug at Target, but it says, if you think about or are about to impulse buy something, take that price and put that money in a cash envelope. So like I said, I have a little custom book made with cash envelopes that has 8 different cash envelopes in it, and so I would take $5 from my bank account and I would put it in one of the cash envelopes that I have. That way, if I really want to spend some money and I just have that little itch, I take the money, and I still have the money. It's just set aside and saved for something else. Because that's what always gets on my nerves about myself. I'm like, oh, I really want to save for like a trip to Los Angeles or New York or something, do collabs with people or work with brands or whatever, or I want this money so I can go see my boyfriend more often, have a nice little vacation, but then I'm just buying like some random thing, and then I'm like, oh no, I don't have money, or like I have a medical appointment, I have to go to the gynecologist next month or in 2 months, and I'm like, oh no, the bill, what am I gonna do? And then I'm like, oh, well look, I just bought this random thing that I really didn't need, only because my brain was like depressed or lonely or something. My brain, I can try to trick my brain into thinking, oh, I spent something, but I didn't really. So yeah, those are my rules. I try to think of more, but I think really this is something so simple that you don't really need a whole lot of rules. And then in this little section here, I was trying to tell myself why I really, really wanted to do this. And one of the things was, one, better finances, working as like a freelancer. YouTube is wishy-washy. I end up not having a paycheck like every other month because my AdSense tends to be so low every other month. You have to hit $100 every month in order to get a paycheck. And every other month, I'm not even making $100 on YouTube. I'm actually a few dollars short. It's so annoying, but that's the way it is. Patreon goes up and down, and Twitch. Speaking engagements are also wishy-washy. I'm trying this year really hard to get enough speaking engagements that I don't have to worry about bills so much and sponsorships. But yeah, I just want better finances. I want less stuff. I need to stop relying on things, because I can't even tell you off the top of my head like all of what I have, if I'm gonna be honest. I buy things and they just sit there. Why? Money for the future, money for rent for a new place to go live with my boyfriend, in a completely different state. That costs money. And we're still in the phase where we're doing visits rather than actually moving in together because of, things. But that's 2 separate things to save up for and budget for. And also saving money for the future for my cat, Zane, if I were to add another cat in the future, because Libby passed last May. Gosh, it's almost a year now. That costs money, and I want to not worry about that. Really, I want to work on getting rid of the shopping addiction that I have. It's horrible, and it's not going to go away if I just keep buying things. And that's why I'm trying to limit myself to 20, but only, you really gotta think about it first. And the last one being less financial struggle, which really I already explained, but yeah, I don't want to worry about how I'm going to pay for dental bills because I don't have insurance. If something happens with my health, I need to go to the ER, you know, just things like that. I don't want to worry about important things. So I want to take all the money that I could be saving and be putting it towards emergency fund, pet fund, medical. I have a friend's wedding. I'm a bridesmaid. I got to save up for that because she lives in Indiana. You know, dresses, planes, visiting boyfriends, business travel, things like that. I want to go to TwitchCon, and that cost money. I don't have an invite, so I have to actually pay my way to go over there. And I am going to try to do monthly updates or bi-monthly updates, depending. Let me know if you're interested in that type of thing, so that type of video doesn't go to waste. I'm going to push myself this year. I'm going to hold myself accountable for real this time. And I really think actually having it down on paper to look at versus it just being somewhere in the back of my head and I'm not really thinking about it will help. I think it's really important that if you're going to do something like this, that you also like have people in your space that are doing the same type of thing. So not following all the makeup gurus on YouTube, although I still follow two, but those two aren't people that are really like bye. They're also like trying to be more mindful of what they're doing with their consumerism and things like that. Other than that, I'm pretty much done. So yeah, let me know in the comments if this is something that you're also doing for yourself. What are the rules that you have for yourself? If you have any tips, I would love to know. Please leave them down in the comments. I'll take any help that I can get. If you want to help translate this video, I have a translation link down below in the description box. It really helps out, makes things more accessible to worldwide viewers. Like this video, share this video, especially if you know of anybody who needs some help and is also struggling. I'm a newbie. I'm there with you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I will see you later. Bye.